Welcome back to Elevation Perspective. My name is Mark, joined tonight with Dan and Frank. We're talking about the Mets, another pretty bad week coming off of that great week last week. But right now, we're all shockingly happy with the Mets' failures because the Knicks just made it to the NBA Finals. So we're not going to talk too much about that. I know Frank would love to sit here for the next hour and talk about the Knicks, but this is a Mets show. So Knicks make us happy, but now back to the Mets, losers of four in a row. 7 games with the Nationals and the Marlins. We were sitting there saying, "All right, go 4-3 at best, 5-2." They went 2-5. You went 2-5. You split with the Nationals. You got swept in Miami. Back home today, got killed by the Reds. Things are going really bad again. It was a fun week when we beat up on the Yankees and the Tigers, and now we're kind of back to reality, back to 10 under. It's unfortunate. Frank, I'll throw it to you first here because I feel like you have a little "I told you so" in you somewhere. But how you feeling about the Mets?
It's tough because I see like you guys, this was not supposed to be a completely lost season. In fact, it wasn't supposed to be even close to a lost season. So last week when I was like playing reserved and you guys were getting excited, like I know it's just because we want something to look forward to and watch this entire summer. The weather is not even warm yet in New York, like really, really warm. We've had a few nice days here, but it hasn't been consistently warm yet. And the Mets are just, I'm not gonna say not watchable, but
Eh,
so. No, you're not going to get any "I told you so" here because that's cruel, and I'm not going to do that. And I want them to be good. I'd rather you guys be saying "I told you so" to me. But yeah, I mean, they're just a bad team. The lineup is just really tough to look at. You know what I mean? I feel like you can get me to really be excited for a game for two reasons. One, if we have a dominant starter that's going to go out there and just put on a show, or two, if we have a fun lineup that's working out hits. We have neither of those things, and therefore, for me, it's a very, very tough watch. McLean looks bad and like really bad. Not like, oh, this is like a bunch of bad starts in a row now, and this is gonna sound like me being a hater probably in the moment, and I'll have to walk it back later in the year, hopefully. But his best starts this year didn't look that amazing. Like he never like I think he had one start where I was like, wow, that was he looks phenomenal. The stuff always looks good, but the numbers afterwards, the results afterwards have not matched the stuff.
He had
So
the one crazy start in Dodger Stadium during the
yeah.
loss, the losing streak. No, but it's fair. The Mets gave him the ball up 5 runs against the Nationals. It was a game that automatic you win that game. They lost that game by like 4 runs. Crazy game. And then today against the Reds, 3 1/3, 7 earned. You're watching some of these guys, Tyler Stevenson, guys that are like borderline shouldn't be in the league anymore, hitting nukes off him. You don't know what's going on. It's frustrating. It's tough. Dan, what do you got? What do you think?
Like this is kind of a role reversal. I'll counter Frank's point and say, yeah, they definitely are unwatchable. When you look at the roster we are supposed to have on, like, look at the opening day roster. Our top five guys, the last one standing is Bo Bichette. Things that we could look forward to even lately. It's like the rookies in the lineup, they are rookies. You don't expect them to do it every single day, but you had like Juan Soto who looked like he was getting on a heater and he gets the flu. McLean has kind of been a saving grace. He's had two back-to-back ugly starts. The first one was like, okay, maybe you can say like he's been so good, so consistent. He's versing the highest scoring offense in the league. It happens. Then to bounce back with an even rougher start against the Reds, that one hurts. Like you said, it feels like they can't get out of their own way. So losing Soto, not that this should be a big deal for a contending team, but like I know, like even today, like Tyrone Taylor's in your lineup and he gets hurt. It's like it feels like anyone who plays just goes down instantly.
I kind of like have a slight problem with the idea though, because they keep showing the graphic after every game because we lose a player after every game. But I kind of look at that list of players and I'm like, Francisco Lindor is a superstar, and then the rest of these guys are mediocre baseball players. Like that's kind of where I'm at. Where yes, they would be significantly better if they were a healthy team. There's no question about that. But also, I'm not looking to be like, oh, those are 3, 4, 5 stars. We have a superstar in Lindor, a couple of role guys, couple of guys that were underperforming when they were here, and then I don't know. I mean, it's tough. You lose your starting catcher, your center fielder, your shortstop. They're down 5 guys, but at the same time, I don't know.
The one thing I'll say just to add on to Lindor, Clay Holmes was our ace, like no question right now.
Yep.
Freddie Peralta has
Mhm.
not been, and he hasn't been awful. He just hasn't been. He looks like a three, not a one right now.
He's not the
Freddie.
guy we traded for.
No, not yet. And look, it's early on in the season. Like I said, he hasn't been so bad that he can't change his year around. But losing Clay Holmes was a huge hit too. So, but besides for Lindor and Clay Holmes, besides for your second, potentially second or
Mm.
third best hitter and your best pitcher. Of the other guys, you're right, Mark. I completely agree. I thought, maybe Polanco would be great for this team. Not great, but like good for this team. I don't even trust him when he gets back because all the injury report and Robert, and it's just a mass disappointment. That's really the only thing that you could say at this point right now. It's just so disappointing the way that this season has turned out.
So they're saying that Polanco is very close to a rehab assignment. They're saying that Minter and Jared Young are going to come back probably this week. Doesn't matter. Are we at a point, Dan, where I mean we have like 100 plus games to go, but does it matter? Is it too late for even because these aren't like massive reinforcements. They're nice additions. If we were around 500 right now, I'd be like, okay, a nice shot in the arm. But I'm looking at this, I'm like, does it really matter that we're getting these kind of borderline guys back?
I mean, these are guys that like they help a good team, but with just with this sheer amount of guys who are down, and like you just said, you point to the guys. There's not a lot of guys you're like, oh, that's a huge loss. Like Lindor is a huge loss. The other guys would have helped. I think it's just the sheer volume of guys that they've lost. Like, sure, this guy by himself isn't like this massive game changer, but the fact that you have to downgrade 5 guys in your lineup, like we went into opening day and we look at Marcus Semion's, like just put him in the bottom of the order, play good defense. He batted cleanup today. Like that just, and it's hard to even say that was the wrong decision. It's just,
I had a whole thing when I was running up this episode. I was like, Marcus Semien batted 4 today. He is 3 for his last 25, and he went yard. I was like, all right, whatever. I don't care. So I'll walk it back a little bit, but at the same time, no, it's a massive problem. He's batting 216 on the season. He's under contract for 2 more seasons. He looks washed right now. I think we're going to get to a point where he's either a platoon batter or we just send him home. I don't know. It's probably not this year, of course, but I think once we start getting healthy and once we start getting better players in the door, probably next year, you put Ewing at second base and you tell Semien he's playing versus lefties or he's not playing at all because I can't imagine they're going to play this player every day for the next 2 seasons on top of this one.
There's a real chance we're not any good next. Like, in fact, I'm leaning towards the fact that I don't think we're going to be any good next year. Like, I know I'm majorly jumping the gun. There'll be a time and place to talk about it, but if things hold up the way they do, where we've got 25 million in Manaea. We've got how much money in Semien? There's somebody else that I'm not remembering right now that I'm pretty sure that we owe a ton of money to next year. Yeah, that's like $100 million. I don't know.
I'm not going to say anything about next year because I mean, just from last season, we've seen like when they think it's the right decision, they're willing to spend money and make drastic changes. And we have not seen it all in the Cohen era that they'd be like, oh, we don't have enough money to do that. Like they always just find more money. Like no one thought Bo Bichette getting 42 million was even in the realm of possibility. But if they think it's something that helps the team, they'll find the money. So I'm not ready to write off next year. But this kind of year, again, like the guys that you thought would help you, they're not even on the field. Not even like they're all playing poorly. Bo Bichette's playing poorly, but the rest of the guys, they're not even on the field. It's not like they're helping you a little bit. They're doing absolutely nothing. And especially when Lindor's a guy that, like the two, Polanco and Robert, you knew they were both going to miss time. I don't think you could afford to lose Lindor for half the season and Soto he's been a few days after missing 3 weeks. It's like those are the two guys who are like, all right, they're going to be in the lineup every day. We just need to supplement them. And right now we don't have them or the supplements to it.
But that goes back to David Stearns, where we talked about this time and time again, where, yes, you just said it yourself. We knew Luis Robert and Jorge Polanco were going to miss time this season. We also knew Francisco Alvarez was going to miss time this season. They do it every single year. So to have 3 guys that are going to miss time, like you took on a lot of injury risk here. Yes, we liked the moves. We thought it was a fun idea. Obviously, you can't overcome when it all happens at the same time, and that's what's happening to the Mets right now. Like, there's definitely going to be a stretch in like August or July where they win 10 to 15 games when these guys are healthy all together. But it feels too late. It feels like they're 10 under now. We can do next season another time, Frank, but I'm not totally against you. I'm not totally with you on that because they will spend the money. It just goes back to David Stearns. He's selecting the wrong players. It's been an issue now for about a year and a half where I've been the Stearns guy. I've been backing him up all the way here, but we're at a point now where you got to look at the body of the work and there's not much here to support you and to be like, no, David Stearns is making the correct decision because he's not.
Yeah, I think Lindor and Soto missing time has made much more of a difference than Polanco and Robert, which obviously is a big swing and miss. But I think if you have your 2 superstars in the lineup and then you lose Robert and Polanco, we're not looking at this team like, oh, we're one of the worst teams in baseball.
I mean, can we look at the other teams in the stratosphere of the money that we have? And Dan, you're right. Sure, Lindor and Soto are down. But when you look at the money that those other teams have spent, it's spent so much better than the money that we have spent. So yeah, you can take the top guys and be like, yeah, anyone would be lost without their top guys. But that's not true because if Aaron Judge went down for a month, No, it's not. If Aaron Judge went down for a month,
That's a
two
very
months,
different team with no
the
Aaron Judge.
Yankees are still making the playoffs at the end of this
Well,
season.
there's also one good team in the American League. That's a
Okay.
very different situation too.
If Shohei Ohtani goes down for 2 months, the Dodgers are still making the playoffs. That is the financial state that we lie in. Unfortunately, like I get what you're saying, where it's like, all right, like they're our best players and they got hurt, but there's just no excuse for it when you're. If this was a $250 million and the Dodgers were paying $350 million and we were separated by $150 million and we lost our best player, then it's like fine. But those other two teams, if they lose their best player for 2, 3 months, obviously, if Judge is out the whole season, the Yankees aren't making the playoffs. Obviously, the Dodgers have a very special thing going with their payroll and stuff like that. So I understand the extenuating circumstances. But the truth is that there's no excuses there. The Yankees would make the playoffs. The Dodgers would make the playoffs. Those are the teams that we're trying to be like, and we have not come even close under David Stearns' watch. That's a fact. Like that is a stone cold fact. Nothing I said there was a lie.
To say they haven't come close when there are 2 games from a pennant isn't too fair.
But
But my
the thing that
counterpoint to
we've
that,
been
though,
yearning for is the
yes,
consistency,
my
right? Like that's
counterpoint
what
to
we've
that, though,
wanted.
we're not a team that's looking to say, like, we have the best value in our money. We have an owner who says, I'm willing to just throw stupid money away to get the guy I want. We're not going to be a team that's like, oh, they spent their money perfectly. We knew we were overpaying for Bo. If Bo did what we thought he would do, we were overpaying for Bo. So I don't think you can look at the Mets and say, oh, was all of that money spent with the best use, or did they just spend as much money as they had to get their guy?
Dan, just because you brought it up, doesn't 2024 feel like the outlier here, though? Not the, no, that's what this team should be. The one magical, insane season when the Latin pop star and everything else went crazy
Yeah.
for this team and Grimace and they won like 70 of 90 games down the stretch. Like, that doesn't feel like what this team is. That feels like a crazy Cinderella story run and they lost to the Dodgers in the end.
Yeah, and then the following year they were the best team in baseball till all their starting pitchers got hurt. So right now you've had a lucky year that probably shouldn't have happened and an unlucky year that probably shouldn't have happened. It's they're they've had a very weird 3 years. But there's been a lot going on. It's I just can't say it's like, oh, the good was luck, the bad was just you suck at this.
Okay. Listen, it's fair. I mean,
Yeah.
it's frustrating. I hear what you're saying. I don't know. It feels like 24 was, it feels a long, long time ago now, based on what we're watching
Yeah.
now on a day-to-day basis. And it's unfortunate. And Frank, to your point
Mm.
too, I'm there with you. If this payroll was significantly lower, it's like, all right, whatever. But no, like this is the number one payroll in baseball. This
Mhm.
team is supposed to make the playoffs year in and year out. If they were around 500 right now and it was like, all right, let's turn on the Mets and like have some fun. They're going to win a game. Like they're buried. They're 10 under, the worst team in baseball with the biggest payroll. It's impossible to be this bad with the personnel they have. Like it's just
You made a good point, Mark. If they were 500 right now, I don't think any of us would be really that down. We'd be like, okay, we got some really bad luck with injuries. Lindor's coming back in a month. Let's stay 500 until that point. But now we can't. They had that terrible losing streak, and it really did bury them for the entire season. Because you're right. If even if they managed to go like 6 under then, and we were sitting at like 6 under now, you know what I mean? Like we were a week ago, and we were like, oh, okay, maybe this could be something. But then they're just not good enough to sustain for 2, 3 straight weeks like they have to right now. And it's really upsetting. And again, it's just a total failure in the with the amount of money they have. Like this is it's irresponsible. I don't know. Like there's no words to put it. Like it just can't happen. I don't know. I don't know. I gotta stop talking because I'll just get angry about it.
this past week, the Mets did have a little bit more of a youth movement, calling up some more kids. Zach Thornton got roughed up in his debut. He got sent back down. We saw Jonah Tong in the Marlins game. That was really nice. He pitched 3 innings out of relief. Scoreless, looked really sharp to me. They're going to keep him around for another outing. We don't know if it's a relief or a start yet. And Nick Morabito came up. He's kind of like a fourth outfielder versus lefty type of guy. He looks totally overmatched at the plate. I think he's 0 for 11 with 8 or 9 strikeouts. He looks really, really rough. But suddenly he now has an important role because Tyrone Taylor is going on the injured list, like you alluded to earlier, Dan. Do you have anything about these young kids coming up, Dan? Any good feelings?
Well, the way the team's going, good feelings isn't the word I would use. I mean, Morabito, I think he could be a fine fourth outfielder. Like that's a role for him. I feel like his style is basically like a light version of everything AJ Ewing does.
Yeah.
Like if AJ Ewing just got a little worse at every skill, that's probably what Nick Morabito is, which is helpful for a team, but like you said, he just got thrust into an important role, which is it kind of goes back to how this all started. Like too many bodies are dropping and you have guys in roles that they don't belong in.
I also think they didn't put him in the best situation to succeed because he came up, he started a game versus a bad lefty. I was like, okay, it makes sense. And they sat him for like 4 days and put him back in there against Yuri Perez. I was like, that's probably not a good idea for this kid's development, but whatever. I would like it at least. I mean, now lean into it, play the kids. DH Soto, let these three kids run around the outfield, have some fun. We'll see what they have. I think we definitely view Benj and Yui more as franchise pieces going forward than Morbido,
Mhm.
but give him a shot. We have nothing else to lose right now. Frank, did you happen to catch Sean Manaea's last outing against the Marlins?
No, I actually did. I actually did miss it. I saw what happened, but I
So
listen. I
looked really good. He looked really good. That was the moral of what I was trying to get at there. I thought you were going to be like, yes, my guy Sean did amazing. It's fine. Sean looked really good. 3 2/3, 1 run. He looked like the best he's looked in years. Literally, he looked really, really sharp. He touched 94. It's a one start, a one outing thing. He came out of relief for that. It was nice to see. Hope we see it again, but it felt like a nice baby step.
I will take the "I told you so" moment on that one, as I was yearning for him to get a start just to see what happened. So I'll take that "I told you so." If I feel better about taking that one.
Am I, Frank? I know you're here with me now, 100%. Dan, are you here yet? Where I'm just like, we're full on sellers. Like this team is
Yeah,
going to sell.
Yeah, I
you.
mean, the last couple, just because of how much, again, they don't have a good team on paper right now with the guys that are healthy and available to play. If there's a move they can do that helps them beyond this year, sure, but I don't see a reason to like hold on to guys like expiring contracts or things like this. I don't think it's a year that you're like, let's go all in and try to salvage this one year, especially when you see like they're kind of in the middle of a youth movement. Like there's no need to invest in the right now when you have kids that are coming up.
The obvious trades are Freddie Peralta, Brooks Raley. Like those two are definitely gone. Clay Holmes, if he is healthy enough to be traded, and AJ Minter, if he comes back and looks good, that could be a nice trade chip as well. You talked about Polanco, Frank. I don't think they can move him unless he just
No,
plays really, really.
I don't think they have
He
there's a
like
chance in the
he,
world.
he I don't know how he passes a physical. He's got $20 million left on his contract next year too. I don't think
That's who I was missing
Yeah.
before when I was
And
doing when I said we have another bad contract next year. It's
yeah.
Polanco has $20 million left. Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
they need money. It's not like they're running low on it.
Yeah. I mean, like it's not about the money. We're going to definitely have a episode in the future where we start yelling about each other versus Francisco
Hmm.
Lindor. I know that Dan will be on one side of that line and I'll be on the other side. It'll be interesting to see where you are in that mark when we get to that position where I think, and I'll take it a step further, and you guys can both yell at me for this. I don't think he's got any value right now. Like I legitimately don't think he's got a ton of value right now. I think somebody, if their shortstop goes down or their shortstop heavy, would think about it if they're really in position to win a World Series. But short of that, I don't know if people are going to look at that contract and even want him. I know, again, I'm getting too far ahead of myself, but it just feels like there's nothing else to talk about except for the demise of this team right now. So
Lindor is a whole nother subject for another day. But two more players I just want to mention here while we're talking about selling. Dan, what do you think about Luke Weaver and Devin Williams? Weaver has 1 year left. Williams has two. I mean, I think they're both going to have a level of value. It just depends on kind of what the return would be. I think teams still love Devin Williams being a swing and miss guy, but 2 years left at a decent salary might make him tough to trade.
I wouldn't rule anything out, but I think those are two guys that you kind of need to be wowed to do it. I don't think you should just sell off two guys who you have beyond 1 year
Hmm.
just because this year's going poorly. Because again, we know they have the money they're willing to spend it to go and like to fix for next year, make changes for next year. So I don't think you should make a move that immediately makes next year's team worse too. If a team gives you something that you almost can't say no to, sure, but I wouldn't be looking to do that.
Anything else here before we go into our predictions from last week?
I wonder, Bo is going to be the most interesting trade deadline piece for us because
Now
You
that's
I
what
want to
don't
I
talk
think
think
about
everyone's
you
gonna
want to
want.
talk about no
I
value,
don't think
Frank?
anyone
Yeah, no,
wants
that's what real no value is.
but
What if Lindor made an extra $10 million and couldn't hit? That's Bo Bichette
well,
and couldn't play shortstop.
I think what I'm imagining in my head is, he's starting to steady out a little bit. He had a bad weekend again, but he's starting to like at least play a little bit better.
No.
No,
He's
we're like
he,
no,
he's owed so much money. It's not
I know,
happening.
No
I know. He's a
one's.
Met. Bo Bichette, the New York Met.
For a period of time, and I talked myself into that too, Frank, and I had the conversation with Dan, and I was like, no, if he gets this right, like he's a real But since then, he's hit like 200 for a month. Like
Yeah.
it's not happening.
Yeah,
There's
no,
no
you're right. You're probably right.
Yeah.
his defense has been a godsend, and it doesn't even matter because they're 10 under. Like
Yeah.
to get the defense they've got from him has been tremendous. There's no shot that any team will
Hmm.
take him.
Who would have figured that? Bo Bichette being a great defender that can't hit to save his life.
Into last week's predictions. Number one, Mark Vientos and Juan Soto, 3.5 home runs. Frank and I took the under. Dan, you took the over. Vientos had 0. Soto had 4 home runs.
Hey.
He had the 3 against the Nationals and 1 against Miami. So Soto cashes out for you. 1 point for Dan. Next up here, Carson Bench runs 3.5. We all took the over. It was 5 runs. We all got a point there. And last but not least, AJ Ewing, 4.5 hits. I took the over. You guys took the under. AJ Ewing had 6 hits. So we got
Hey.
over there. It's nice
Go
to see.
AJ.
He's playing well. Ewing and Bench
All
are
right.
playing well.
Yeah.
It's nice, but obviously, it's pretty much it going on.
Yeah.
So overall now, after last week's results, I have 15. Dan has 13, jumping over Frank, who has 12.
Wow. Comeback is on.
It's a tight race. We got a long season.
Long
Unfortunately,
season.
you're right.
Indeed. All right, so 5 games here. We missed the Monday because of the holiday. We're getting Chase Burns tomorrow. Just no chance. But the 5 games, 2 with the Reds, 3 with the Marlins. Marlins play like the Dodgers, the 90s Yankees. When they play us, they just get up. Like they're
They're
just
amazing.
they
They're
are
amazing.
so into it. Like I'm not even saying that as like a angry
No,
or
they-
upset Mets fan. Like you watch these plays that this team's making, they are so into it. Xavier Edwards made a tag in the 9th inning the other day. He's jumping around, fist pumping. This team's 7 under. The Marlins are 22 and 20. They're the same as us. Now they're not. They swept us. But it's just like you're watching, like how into it this team is to be better than us. And sure, their payroll is 300 million less than us, like 200, whatever it is. But I'm sitting here watching these games, like. Do they have no pride? Do they have no shame? The Mets watching this happen like every year with the Marlins just beating them, and I'm like, come on, man!
I don't hate them the way that I hate
You
all
can't
the other
hate them.
teams in our
There's no
division.
player
You
there
can't
to hate.
them. You
You're
can't
watching
hate them.
this. I
They're
mean,
just all due respect to the Marlins. You know what I mean?
Xavier Edwards
No,
not
they
alone.
play hard.
Both having great years. They're both having above 300. The other 7 guys are Liam Hicks is really good this year too.
Yeah.
The other 6 guys are nothing. You're watching these guys. Oh, a failed prospect batting 215. He's ripping 2-run doubles against Freddie Peralta. I'm just watching Javier Sanoa, whoever that is, Christopher Morel. Christopher Morel is the worst hit I've ever seen. He's ripping a double lead off the 9th inning. Who hit the walk-off grand slam? Like Humberto Querez? I don't even know who the guy. I don't know who these players are. I don't know. I know every player in the league. I don't know who these Marlins players. I'm watching these games just flabbergasted. But they're the worst team. The Mets are the worst team in the league.
It's really bad. It's really, really bad. We have a $360 million payroll. That's the difference. They swept us with their $5 payroll.
And the other frustrating part is, like, obviously Yuri Perez has all the talent in the world, but he came in with like a 6 ERA. Like we are a get right team. Today, Nick Lodolo, again, a good pitcher, but he had a 10 ERA coming in. He threw 6 innings and 1-run ball. These pitchers are seeing us. The Sunday game against the Marlins was like Michael Peterson. I don't know who the guy was, but he threw like 5 innings of 1-hit ball. You're just watching this, like, why? Like every guy coming in to face the Mets has an ERA over 6. Like every guy we face somehow all has an ERA over 6, and they don't do anything ever. But 5 games, Reds and Marlins. Number 1, Nick Morabito, 0.5 hits. Does Nick Morabito get his first hit in the next 5 games? Frank, you go first.
Yeah. I'm going to say yeah. Every ounce of me wanted to say no. I'll say 5 games, 1 hit. How many of those games should he easy to start before I lock this in?
I mean, with no Tyrone, probably 2 or 3.
No, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say he would need to start all 5 for me to feel comfortable about him getting 1 hit. I'm actually going to take the under.
I know we're facing Abbott, who's a lefty on
Abbott
Wednesday. So he'll definitely be in for that. And the Marlins, I think it's Max Meyer, the guy who shut us out on
Not
Sunday. And then
Tyler Phillips with his 107 ERA in 33 innings on Saturday. Cool.
So he might get
And
like 2
Sunday.
starts, but
Sunday is TBD for both the Mets and Marlins.
Frank's
I like the kid. I'm gonna say yeah, but
all right.
this is not gonna be a confident resounding. Oh yeah, no doubt. But sure, I'll say he gets Abbott.
I don't want to take the over at all. Like I'm sitting here, I'm like, he's looked terrible. Like, but you know what? I'll take the over. He's looked atrocious. Maybe he gets a bunt. Maybe he gets a chopper. Like he
runs into one just the other way, just by accident. He was so late that it worked out. Like
Inside out shot down the right field line.
anything. But sure. Like I'm a little afraid he only starts that Abbott game, but I'll say he gets his first hit this week too, Dan. Let's hope for the kid to do well. Next one here, Bo Bichette, 3.5 hits in the next 5 games. Dan, you go first. He is playing better. He had 3 more hits
Uh,
today. Do you think he has 4 hits across the next 5 games?
yeah, why not? Sure. He's such a free swinger that, again, he has been playing better lately. He killed me in fantasy last week because why not? I think he can find 4 hits, especially he's going to be swinging at everything. So maybe like a couple hard hit balls, a couple just pokes out to the opposite field. Why not?
I'm going to take the over here a little bit more confidently. He looked a lot better today. He looked a lot better against the Nationals. The Marlins, they all kind of looked terrible, so he didn't do much in that series. But I'll say the over. I'll say Bo gets 4 hits in the next 5 games. Frank, Bo Bichette, 3.5 hits.
I'll take the under. I don't love it. Like I don't. Honestly, if it was 4.5, this would be a no-brainer because there's no way he gets 5 hits. But yeah, I'll take the under.
I go back to, like I said at the beginning of these predictions here. I think Chase Burns can no hit us tomorrow. Like realistically, like he is really,
That's
really
fair.
talented. He throws 100 with a crazy slider. Like we might get 1 hit, no hit. I can
You're
definitely see
right,
it
and then it's
happening.
4 hits in 4 games, and
It gets a
you
lot more
like that
difficult.
odds? Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Number 3 here. I'll go first. 2.5 wins across these 5 games with the Reds, with the Marlins. I keep saying we pretty much lost tomorrow already before it started with Chase Burns, and we can't beat the Marlins. I think we do probably play a little bit better in New York versus in Miami. It feels like we never win a game in Miami ever. I'll take the over.
You're insane.
I'll take the over. I mean, I don't know. There's no
Hmm.
rhyme or reason. I can't sit here and say
Yeah.
anything positive to why I will take the over. They're probably going to lose every game, but I'll take the over. I love Jared Young. Jared Young's back in the lineup. Hopefully tomorrow. He might be our only chance to get a hit off of Chase Burns, but take the over. Dan, 2.5 wins.
I will not. I will take the under. Um, I mean, Burns is enough said. We don't have a major league lineup. I mean, yeah, the Marlins have a terrible record. They have really good pitching, and they were like this first or second best team in the NL for the entire second half last year. Like, they will pounce. Sure, they have a bunch of guys that are just pesky, like 230, 240 hitters, but they're just a bunch of athletes that put the ball in play, play good defense with really good pitching. They're they're a pesky team that they should probably have a better record than they do. And I feel like the Mets are going to be another get right series like they just were this past week.
One more player that I missed on my rant. So the Marlins opened up their wallet for the first time ever this offseason. They gave Pete Fairbanks like $15 million. He had like a 10.5 ERA against us. Obviously, reliever ERAs are a little bit weird, but I was like, okay, he's having a bad year. Let's do this. He looked the best I've ever seen him. I've seen him his days with the Rays, like when he was like really borderline elite, and like he was just throwing crazy 98-mile-per-hour fastball, wipeout slider. I'm just sitting there watching, like, of course, this is the get right, but that's the
Yeah.
Mets. Frank, easy enough to just say the under for you for 2.5 wins.
Yeah, it's funny because you guys keep mentioning the Chase Burns start tomorrow, and I feel like that's the game. The Mets will go 1-4, and they'll win that one. We do that. Like
Yeah.
we beat we beat the team that we're not supposed to beat. We beat the pitcher that we're not supposed to beat, and then we follow it up with the stinker. That's the Mets script. So give me a 4-1. I'm sorry, give me a 1-4 week with a win against Chase Burns. That's my prediction.
I feel like a demon would be exercised from my body if we just see like MJ Melendez is gone tomorrow for Jared Young.
That feels so unfair because
Yeah.
because MJ carried us offensively for like a month.
It
MJ
did.
had like 3
That
good
was
games.
that was like
It was a really
May-
good 3 games though.
maybe a
It
week.
was like a week and a half.
maybe a week.
MJ had like 3 good games, and it was during the 10-game losing streak.
Yeah, he was
That's
the
true,
only
too.
one hitting. Imagine if he wasn't hitting then we'd
They
we'd have
got
a
they
10
got like
game
the
losing
RBI
streak.
double. He got the RBI double off Otani. He like homered in the Cubs game that they lost anyway. He was good, but he's like 1 for his last 40. He still plays a ton. I'm putting a lot of pressure
Yeah.
on Jared Young because I just keep talking about like
Yeah.
how excited I am
that's-
for Jared Young.
You're making it sound like we're getting Ken Griffey. Like he's walking through those doors with Jared Young.
I always laugh too because Keith Hernandez does it too. Whenever Jared Young is brought up, he's like, "I like him. I like that bat. He's a dangerous
He's a
bat." I'm
fun
always thinking to
player.
myself like, "I think it's a good idea. It's good. I'm in the same headspace as Keith, but sometimes it's not. But at the same time, it's okay.
Yeah.
I like Jared Young a lot."
No, he's a good player. He helps a good team. We just need him to make us a good team.
How many more games are left in the season?
4 more Knicks wins.
All right, let's see.
Stop.
Let's see, Frank. They're 22 and 32.
Oh my god, they're still over
54,
100
so 108.
108 games.
That's a lot of
That's
games.
brutal. That's
listen.
brutal.
Mendy
That's a
said,
lot of chances for them to have one good week for us to have a good video on here.
Mendy said himself in the presser today. He said, It's not early anymore. I keep saying it. We got to go out there in the field and prove it. I said, all right, Mendy, you guys go out on the field and prove it.
It's bad because he's right. It's not
Yeah.
early anymore. But there's also still 108 games of absolute
All right.
misery and torture left. This is going to be the worst Mets season in a really long time. Like a really, really long time. And we haven't even had that many good seasons in like the last few years. So
And the last press conference that David Stearns did a few weeks ago, he kind of got really testy about the idea of firing Mendoza, and he was like, "It's not happening. Love the guy. Stop asking me about it." So he's here. He's here for the long haul. He's here
no,
for
I
it.
mean at this point, firing Mendy during the skid to straighten things out before things got too bad. Now there's no point in firing
It
Mendoza.
doesn't matter anymore.
There's no, we're not being propelled to a 15-game win streak that'll get us back, because that's literally what it's going to take now. What, we're 10 games under? It would take a 12-game win streak to get us back into like a headspace where we're like, oh yeah, we could do something this year. And this team's not ripping 12 off in a row. So
All right, we'll come back Sunday. Hopefully, feeling a little bit better, but it doesn't feel like that's possible. All right, let's go Mets.
go Mets.